Hello, I'm Sandy, and I am saying welcome back because I have not been very active in this group for the past year, and just kind of feeling through the energies and getting through 2020. Getting through some family stuff. My mom had cancer and she had all kinds of issues, and we're through that now, and she's cancer free, which is wonderful. I also started my own crystal shop and had been doing that for a while. So hi, if you're here, say hi, comment. I would love to hear from you. I just felt really in my soul that I needed to come on today and talk to you guys about energy, especially, hey Lunar, especially in today's energy specifically, especially for those of us from the United States. So I was seeing a lot of, I don't know any other word, but vitriol to talk about on the news today. And my suggestion to you is turn it off. If you don't like that energy and you don't want to lower your vibration into that state, turn it off. Don't engage. And I see a lot of ultimatums being put out on Facebook. You know, if you think this, then unfriend me now. And if you think that, then I'm unfriending you. Guys, that plays right into the lower vibrational states. It's not anything to be ashamed of. If that was you, it triggered something in you. But it wasn't anything, how I should say this. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. A lot of people right now are trapped in really low vibrational energy. What you can do is take a breath, step back, change it, shift it, and make it a bit of a higher state. Sometimes that might be easier said than done. So pop a comment on, let me know if you guys are, struggling with energy shifts, or feeling stuck, or feeling just the weight of what was 2020. It was a very interesting year, and I learned a lot. I found out far more than I had ever hoped for, and I am in such a better place, energetically, spiritually, everything. And I just really want to share it with you guys now. So, really, I didn't have much planned for this. I just wanted to come on and say, hey, and talk a little bit about how you can shift your energy from the muck and mire and into a lighter, brighter space. And one of the easiest ways to do that is through joy, and laughter and fun. So if you have a favorite song, put it on and jam out to it. If you like telling corny jokes, making puns, you can tell corny jokes and make puns and just make yourself giggle. You could write a list of things you're grateful for. That's a wonderful place to start. Shift your mind from the muck and mire to a place of gratitude and just start journaling what you're grateful for. Pick 2 or 3 things, write them down, focus on them, explain them a little bit. It's good to journal through muck like this. It really helps. It truly does. But if you think, oh, well, I'm not in a place to do that yet. I'm not in a place to journal. I'm not in a place to shift my energy, or, I'm too stuck. I'm feeling too stuck. 2020 was a horrible, terrible year. Don't wait. Don't wait, because, perfection isn't when you're ready. Perfection is unachievable because there's always going to be something else to perfect. When you reach that level, there's always going to be another level. That was one of my major, major aha moment lessons. And it's when you feel like there's nothing left that can possibly be taken away that you need to start this journey. You can be cautious, you can be courageous, but don't have a closed mind, I think is my message. Just because it's always been done a certain way doesn't mean you have to keep doing it that way. Align your vibration, your soul to your purpose, and get yourself in a place of love, of joy. And then you'll be able to attract like things. If you stay in a low vibrational state, especially, cruising through Facebook and other things like today, it's going to automatically lower your mood. You're going to be cranky. Maybe some bad things are going to happen. Maybe, you get cut off on your way to work, or your boss gives you an ultimatum to get this done before you leave, and it's going to tack on another hour to your day. All that kind of stuff is low vibrational energy. And if you're there, that's the kind of stuff that attracts you. Even when you're faced with really, really tough situations, like what's happening in the United States today, right now, it is really difficult not to get stuck in that. You need to make a conscious choice, a conscious effort to step outside of that and to really go back to the place of joy, raise your energetic vibration. And like I said before, it's as easy as writing down a few of things you're grateful for. Start a gratitude list, add 1 or 2 things every day. Tell somebody about it, laugh, tell your favorite joke, sing a song, get goofy, put your favorite music on and dance. Create, draw, write, whatever it is that you do that brings you joy. It takes a moment. You don't have to prepare anything. You don't have to get ready. You don't have to be perfect. Just do it. And you'll experience this shift. And as that shift happens, you'll notice better and greater things coming to you. And you'll notice more loving things coming to you. And when you approach life from a place of love and joy, it's endless. The great things that can come to you. And I know that a lot of you are feeling stuck in that muck and mire right now because 2020 was a real test for us. Hey, say hi if you're here. I know it's been a while. I would love to see you. Wrong pipe. Hang on. And I don't have water up here because I just said, okay, let's do this. I'm good. And my point was 2020 was a make or break year. It was a year that you either focused on the good or you focused on the bad. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. You focused on the good or you focused on the bad. A lot of people were focused on the bad because that's what was reported. You had your liberties taken away from you. You couldn't go out to eat. You had restrictions. You have to wear a face mask. You have to do, all of this huge list of stuff that just shifts your energy right out of that nice balanced state into and if you don't know how to handle that, then it can really wreak havoc in your world. I really hope that all of you stayed safe through this pandemic. I know too that this pandemic was also or is continuing to be an energy where a lot of people choose to shift realms, choose to make this the end point of their earthly life. I'm not saying choose as in like a suicide, ending life like that, but that they have contractually agreed before they came to Earth that before they were born that they were going to go out this way. It's teaching us, I think, a lot about humanity and human nature. We can have a lot of discussions about that. And I keep saying a lot, but it may feel like 2020 was like the biggest year of resistance ever in creation. I mean, if you went through it and it just kept beating you up and, maybe some people lost jobs or, had to go on unemployment. Maybe some businesses closed down. I'm a small business owner myself. My husband and I, between the two of us, we have 3 small businesses, and it was very interesting, to say the least, but we persevered. And there was a point where I had started a brand new business and I was open for 3 months and I had to shut down, and I was shut down for 5 months, and I had to readjust my energy there and figure a plan out. And I had the best year I ever had. My family had the best year they've ever had in 2020 because we had a shift. We had a vibrational shift. But my point is, if your 2020 was not the best year, don't beat yourself up, because in order to fly, we must have resistance. I'm going to say that one more time. Okay, this is by a wonderful woman, Maya Lin. She's an architect, monument designer. She was an environmentalist, a sculptor. In order to fly, we have to have resistance. Resistance is everything that brings up our gunk, that brings up our yuck, that brings up our stuff feelings. And the beauty of aligning your energy is learning to let that gunk go, learning to let that resistance go. And then we can soar, then we can fly. I had to learn really great lessons, huge lessons across 2020. Like in business and financially, it was a wonderful year for my family. We were very blessed because we had a plan. We followed it and we trusted ourselves and trusted our gut instincts, and it worked. But I know a lot of other people, didn't have as great of a year. Whether, that was because of job related stuff or illness or worry or just being stuck in anxiety. I know, I have a master's from Johns Hopkins in instructional technology, and I get the Johns Hopkins alumni magazine, and it came the other day, and the first story on the front page was dealing with anxiety, society's new monster. Anxiety is a normal thing. It's kind of like fight or flight. When our body shows resistance to something, that's something we need to listen to on a soul level. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And I know you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, well, I have to do it. I have to. And before I came on live here, I went back through my entire feed and updated it and watched some videos that I had put up here almost 2 years ago now. And, some of them made perfect sense still. That, if you have these yucky feelings, if you have this feeling of anxiety or stress, you're having resistance to something. You're having resistance to something. And it could be, an ancestral line issue. In one of my previous videos, I had mentioned the mice experiment that they did with the mice and the cherry blossoms. And super quick recap: if mice smell a cherry blossom, they react in fear. And you're thinking, what the heck is scary about a cherry blossom? Absolutely nothing. But the experiment went like this: scientists took generation 1 of a mouse and trained them to be afraid. Hey, Wendy. Trained them to be afraid of a cherry blossom and the scent of a cherry blossom by giving them an electric shock every time a cherry blossom was introduced and they went up and sniffed it. So in that very first line, the originals, the mice were trained, cherry blossom, sniff it, electric shock. Okay. Then they bred the mice. Second generation, no, nothing experiment. They just had a normal life, let them go. Third generation, normal, let them go. Fourth generation of mice that came from, 4 generations ago, of the ones that were conditioned, were fearful when a cherry blossom was introduced to them. There was no electric shock. There was nothing negative, but a cherry blossom was simply introduced to them, and the 4th generation of mice showed fear and reacted in fear and self-defense against a harmless cherry blossom. They weren't taught that. 4 generations previous were taught that. And then it wasn't revisited at all. So that's energy, and that's the kind of energetic stuff that can stay in our fields for generations and generations and generations. And it's said that once you work on your own stuff and heal your own self, it releases everything from your line, your family line, your ancestral line. And that's a gorgeous, beautiful thing. But just remember, to become your best self, you have to meet resistance. You know, it doesn't have to be hard, but you're going to come up on roadblocks. So I just wanted to pop on and tell you guys I missed you, and I'm super happy to be back. This is going to be a very active group from now on, and I am still untaming our souls and unleashing our unlimited abundance, and it is more available now than ever. We've had quite an energetic shift recently, astrologically speaking, and you know, it's time to overcome and to become. It's, you know, it's bearing witness to the unimaginable and then imagine a way beyond it, you know, care, love, be outraged, be devastated, work through it. Just, you know, keep going. Don't give up. The world needs good humans today. The world needs light workers. The world needs people who are going to help lift each other up and not knock each other down. So remember to adjust your energy and your vibration and, you know, stay in a higher energetic state. And if you'd like to reach out and talk to me, message me. I'll be happy to have a conversation with you. No charge. Yeah, so that's all I have right now. But I'm looking forward to more conversations. So I would leave you with this thought. In appreciation of gratitude and what we're grateful for, drop a comment of something that you're grateful for, that you're truly in your soul, full body feeling grateful for in the comments. Thanks for joining me. It's good to see you. Love and light.